What's up guys, Intellitech Studios here, and today we'll be featuring the Dirt Devil Impulse, a machine that I had got a number of years ago. I didn't even live at this house the last time that I ran this, so it's been, I assume, about 3 or 4 years, and this thing has sat unused since then. I literally haven't done anything to it. It just has sat upstairs for this whole time, so it's a little bit dusty, and it appears there's some type of cobweb in the mechanism of the bag release, which we'll take a look at that. I forgot who sold this to me, but they didn't clean it up before they sold it to me. And yeah, this has the wrong bag in it. These direct air feather lights and impulse models use a Dirt Devil style D bag. This one has a Dirt Devil style U bag installed, which is not the right bag. You can see it just free floats on there, and you know, if it wasn't for the bag door, it would probably blow right off. So unfortunately I don't have the right bag for it, and I'm not aware of an alternative, so I'll probably look one last time before I run this in this video, but I'm probably going to end up having to run it with the bag that's in it, which is not ideal. But it does have the hose, and I just sold this on eBay, so I'll be doing this quick little video on it before it goes. The brush roll is actually in really good condition, and the belt is still in good shape too, probably because I literally did not use it at all. I think I used it once in the video from when I got it, and then I think I used it maybe once since then. I think I might have used it once in this house, not on video, but just like normally, and then now I'm using it just a little bit now. But yeah, it's got a great brush roll. The review of this would pretty much be identical to a Dirt Devil direct air featherlight, as it's basically, this literally is just a Dirt Devil featherlight prior to it being branded as the Featherlight, because of course the Featherlight was a direct air machine for a long time throughout the majority of the 90s, and then it got converted into a bypass machine where it ran for even longer until like the mid, pretty much until the early 2010s, when it was replaced by the TTI Breeze and Featherlight twin set, which a lot of people don't like, but I'm actually after one of those bagged Dirt Devil featherlights of the time, because I really liked the Breeze Cyclonic. I've had multiple of them over the years, and the bagged version, which of course has a headlight and a back check indicator and all that, and not a stretch hose but a decent length hose. I've actually been after one of those for a while, even though a lot of people don't seem to like them. I actually really like them. Better than these, in fact, which I know to a lot of collectors is probably insane, but I have my preferences. So this machine I was happy to sell. There was part of me that was like, do I really want to sell it? But I thought about it, and I was like, I haven't used this thing in over 2 years. I should just sell it. And yeah, this one was made in 1995. You can see the manufacturing code is J95A. So, and this thing runs just fine from what I remember, although obviously it's not, refurbished or anything. It's got some scratches. It's a little bit dirty. I'm going to wipe it down and try to clean it up a little bit before I sell it, but I'm not going to strip it down to the motor or anything crazy. But the person who's buying it knows this. I even said in the eBay description that it was not refurbished or cleaned, so that way what little work that I do to it, it's not like, up to too much scrutiny. Now, the thing is, because it has the wrong bag in it, I'm going to run another vacuum just to make sure that this thing doesn't blow a bunch of dust out from it picking up a lot of stuff. Obviously, this thing is a great cleaner, so it's going to get some stuff either way, but hopefully it won't be getting so much that it messes up the bag. So I'm going to run another machine real quick, because it's a bagged vacuum. It's not like you're going to see, it's not like we're measuring what it picks up anyways. So I'm going to do that real quick. I might have to actually empty this thing soon. All right, we'll see how well this runs. Now, of course, like a lot of classic Dirt Devils, this thing is a little bit of a screamer, but it's actually not that bad. And to my ear, it actually is a little bit quieter than the average Elite. So, which is kind of funny because I feel like this is one of those machines where, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like because of the tone of this machine, on camera, now I haven't actually watched a video on one of these in a while, but based on the way I know that my phone camera usually picks up tones, it feels like, even though to my ear this is a little bit easier on the ears than the average Elite, because it seems like it's not quite as loud, it's just a bit more shrill, but I feel like this would be easier to listen to than an Elite, although in either case I'd rather have some headphones. But this I could deal with a little bit more than the average Elite. Now, obviously, there are some Elites, like the 350, that are a lot nicer to listen to than this because they're a lot lower in volume. And it doesn't seem to be always as simple as having a lower amperage motor either. It seems to be very inconsistent across the whole Elite, you know, era of machines. Like, there's a bunch of ones that look like they'd have the same motor and sound the same, and they kind of sound the same, but the volume's different on a lot of them. It's really strange. But this machine, and like every direct air machine of this era, it screams a lot more whenever you put it in the upright position and you're running it off of carpet, where the carpet itself isn't dampening some of the sound. And this thing, and of course, like a lot of direct air machines at the time, the thing has a little bit of casing rattle from just running, just from it being a direct air machine. But from what I can tell, it seems to run smoothly enough that I believe the fan is in good shape and all that, although I haven't opened this machine, so I can't say for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's a carpet-centric, old school, machine. And obviously it's, Dirt Devil's sort of entry-level machine at the time. And, if you had some extra money to spend and for a machine in this form factor, there definitely were nicer options from brands like Hoover and, of course, Eureka. But, it still seems okay. Ironically, the spot in my vacuum room where I have this is probably where this machine's going to go, which will be pretty much what replaces this in my collection, since I happen to sell this machine right after I got this one. And this one's actually significantly quieter than this. This one actually is a reasonable noise level, but it appears to use the exact same Dirt Devil Type D bags, so I'm kind of in the same predicament where I don't seem to have any bags for it, which is unfortunate. But either way, this thing is pretty interesting, and obviously this thing's a lot more premium and, a bit nicer, so that'll definitely stay in the collection. But whoever buys this, or whoever bought this, I should say, whenever they get it, hopefully they'll be happy with it. But yeah, now as far as the hose goes, I remember I used the hose once on this machine, and I don't remember it being all that pleasant in traditional direct air. Again, just like an Elite, I don't remember the hose on this being anything special, but just for fun, we'll try it and see. I bet this is going to be quite annoying to deal with, as these oh so typically are. And I'll have to find some type of tool. Actually, I just got an idea. This is probably stupid. Oh, that doesn't even fit. Okay, never mind. What was I thinking? Bissell's usually their own fitting. I gotta find some kind of tool to use this with. Just to very briefly demo this on my couch that's mostly covered in pillows and plushies and whatnot. But maybe I could vacuum this little section right here. Well, to keep the Dirt Devil theme alive, here's the edge wedge that I stole off of my Dirt Devil Vision. So we'll see. This is probably stupid, but we'll see how effective this is on the couch. I feel like this is going to be really annoying and loud, but we'll try it anyways. Yeah, that's ridiculously annoying. It's twice as loud when you have the hose in, which again, that's not atypical of these machines back then. But God, that is brutal. Just, yeah. Although it actually had a little bit of suction, and, you know, it actually, even with this tool, it's not really designed for couches. It actually did get up some stuff. Missed a couple bits, but I was kind of haphazard with it. But the part that I ran this on, it actually did get the hair up surprisingly well. But that might just be more of a testament to this tool than it is the Dirt Devil. I wonder if this thing will spin up a turbo brush. I highly doubt it. Yeah, so this will not spin up a turbo tool. What a surprise. Yeah. Yeah, although because if I remember correctly, I think that turbo tool does spin just fine on its original machine. So I don't think that's the tool. But yeah. So this thing is quite kooky indeed. But it's a interesting little machine for sure. And hopefully whoever, the person that gets it will hopefully be happy with it. Because, yeah, I mean, after this sort of quick review of it, yeah, I'll be okay to let it go, honestly. There's plenty of other machines that are more interesting and less painful to use than this. Although, again, you know, while the tool usage on this is awful, and the filtration, obviously, because it's a direct air bagged machine, is awful, for deep cleaning carpets in a lightweight way, this does the trick. I mean, so does a Power Force, but it does the trick, and it did do the trick at the time. So, but I'd rather have something like that. Would be a little bit better. But either way, that's you know, not too bad. So either way, this is the Dirt Devil Impulse. And this was Intellitech Studios signing out with a very, very quick review. Not an in-depth review by any means, but just kind of a basic one. But either way, you know, I want to feature this machine before it goes to its new home. So yeah, anyways, Intellitech Studios signing out. Have a good one. Peace.